All right, we have the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hall of Famer Mack Brown, joining us on the telephone for the Continental Tire Coaches Corner, brought to you by Continental Tire. And, Coach, great to be with you again. Thank you so much for the call. Congratulations on the win. And seems like your team did what you wanted it to do, and that's take control of this one early, execute at a high level in the first half, and then give you a chance to play some reserves in the second half. How was it from your view on the sideline?
Jones, I thought it was perfect. I thought we started a little bit soft on defense. We were too high, and the guys woke up and started playing with lower pads and stopped the run. And then we dominated the first half like we should have. And we in my coaching career, I have never started the third quarter without the first team in there. But we felt like this was an opportunity to play some guys before it got out of control. And the guys played hard. I thought they worked at it. We got a lot of work to do with the young ones. We're playing so many young ones on defense. When you get more in there, you're really young. But I think we tried really hard to make sure that everybody on the bench got to play. And that was really, really important today. It was a senior day. It's the way these games, when you have better players than the other team, are supposed to go. It's the way our Mercer game went last year. And it's a step forward with your program. It's what you're supposed to do, and I'm proud that we did the things we need to do, and Western Carolina will be a competitive team in their league.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Senior Day. I know it wasn't the type of ceremony before the game that you normally have because the guys, of course, would have loved to have their parents down on the field. I know you would have loved for them to have that opportunity, but still felt like a really nice moment for the individual 16 who were honored, had some nice messages from their families up on the video board, and just a group that I know is really important to you and important to Carolina football.
Yes, it's Senior Day for everybody is really emotional. It is the last time that these young people will ever play in Kenan Stadium, and that's a great thing that they've all graduated. It's a tough thing that they will never play here again, and it's emotional for me. You hope that you've prepared them for the next step as a coach in a program, and these guys are even more special because they were recruited by Coach Fedora. They hung in there with us. They accepted all the changes that we had. They stepped up as leaders, and they're the reason that we're moving forward so quickly in this program. So really, really proud of them. I thought it was a great touch that their parents got to speak to them on the Jumbotron. But before we started, I thought it was really cool when they sang together, and the crowd was really receptive. And a lot of good football players will be leaving. So I thought it was a touching moment to say thank you to them in an appropriate way, the best way that we can do it during COVID.
Coach, one of those really good football players leaving is Michael Carter. He scored 3 touchdowns today for you. And Lee and I had the opportunity a little bit during the broadcast just to talk about Michael's impact on your team, both on the field, of course, but off the field, and how highly his teammates speak of him, how highly the coaches speak of him and his importance to your program. And great to see him have so much success here in his final game in Kenan Stadium.
Yes, Michael's probably been as important to me personally outside of football as anyone on our team, because I would go to him and ask him the pulse of the team, and when we fought through some tough COVID conversations, and should we be practicing, should we not, do you trust us, do you trust the doctors, is this something you want to do, because if our players had said they didn't want to play, then we would not have played, and if we ever thought at any point it wasn't healthy for them, we would not have played. So Michael was the one that I call first. And when there was the social injustice issues that popped up, and a lot of people all over the country, some protesting, some saying they're not going to play, some missing practices, Michael was the one I went to first to say, help me with what you think and what this team thinks, and give me the pulse of this team. And he's one of the hardest workers. He's one of the most successful seniors we have. So he's a guy that they all listen to. And we'll really miss Michael. On the field, it's obvious, but people just can't imagine how much we'll miss him off the field.
Coach, just two more things before we let you go, and it's Mack Brown inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner after the Tar Heels take care of business today in Keenan against Western Carolina. The final score 49-9. Coach, you were able to play a bunch of young guys. You mentioned, Tar Heels already playing a bunch of young guys, particularly on defense, but got a chance to see Elijah Green and DJ Jones at that running back position, and Josh Anderson as well, and those guys showed something here today. Ran hard, and DJ Jones had a touchdown. Elijah Green over 40 yards rushing, and you have the potential to lose a lot at that running back position. So exciting to see some of those young guys get the opportunity.
Yes, we're lucky, Jones. We see that every day in practice, and we're excited about the future. Plus, we've got some committed that we feel like are going to be really good too. So we're losing one great one for sure. Obviously, Javante will have to make a decision, and we want him to do what's best for him. So we will give him all the possible information we can, as accurately as we can, to make sure that he and his family get to do what's best for them. But we've got some good young ones coming on in a lot of different positions, and this program's in great shape. And we've got two more games. We won 7 last year. We're already at that point, and we've got 2 more for sure. And then we're in a position where we've got 12 new enrollees coming in January. So it'll be really fun to watch them this spring.
Coach, that next one on your docket is Miami next week. Don't know the time of that one just yet, but of course it will be on the road and potentially a lot on the line for the Tar Heels in that game. So really finishing off the year with an important ball game, and I know one that you're excited for and a big opportunity for your team.
Yes, we had an opportunity to step up on the national level last weekend, and we did it for a half. We couldn't finish. So this is another opportunity, depending on how Miami and Duke come out tonight, and people are expecting Miami to win. They'll still be a top 10 team next week, and it'll be another opportunity for us to go on a national level on the road, where we haven't played very well at times, and see how much we've grown up. So every step that we take now, Jones, is important, and any game that we lose is going to be critical and devastating, because I've been there. And that's where we're headed. So there's still it's fun to be at the end of the season and still have a lot on the line. This time last year, we had to beat NC State to go to a bowl with 1 game left. So we weren't even sure we were going to be bowl eligible. So now we know we're bowl eligible. We're fighting to get to one of the better bowls in the country against the top 10 team. So that should be a fun challenge for us next week.
Coming up next Saturday, Carolina at Miami. But for today, it is the Tar Heels 49, Western Carolina 9, the final in Keenan. Coach, thank you as always for your time, and look forward to talking with you this upcoming week.
Thanks, Jones.
That's Mack Brown inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, brought to you by Continental Tire. And whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com and find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.